So another way we can start to expand and kind of play with this Pak Sao drill is, if we look at the beginning, if we're just working from a basic jab, or how we can counter the core punches, the straight punches, the jab and the cross. So we can start by just working with the jab. We can check the jab using a Pak Sao, or in the same way a parry, so we're not so much kind of attacking into it, but just using this hand to guide us around it. So in a parry, we can look at how we can counter and simultaneously attack and defend at the same time. So first thing, learn the defence as such. I mean, we call it a defence, but I'm not so sure.
Don't want to.
I'm not too sure. No, we want to use it in an attacking mindset. Okay, we've got to be very careful how we use those terms. If you punch to me and you're attacking and I defend, you're going to win. So although we may use the term defence, we've got to be quite aware of how that can make us use certain techniques. So my teacher would say, you're attacker one, I'm attacker two. It changes our mindset a little bit with it and how we apply the different work. So if we look at that, we've got the jab. So I can use the hands to shoot forwards in that Pak Sao position we spoke about on the other videos. I can also use it to counter, simultaneously kind of block and counter at the same time. So I'm using like a slip and a punch and using the hand as a guide. And then we can also look at, if James throws the jab and a cross comes straight after it, how we can use the same hand there. So even if it's quite fast, I mean not too fast, because remember we're on camera, right? I'm only joking. So his hands are up, he throws the jab and then a cross. This hand just shoots straight forwards. Then from here, we can look at doing something to counter it. Yeah, so we've got the jab, and then from here, that hand just shoots straight forwards. Now it doesn't mean I have to wait for the cross, because in essence, this hand's going to be attacking. The only thing that's going to decide whether it's an attack or a defence is going to be James. Again, we're only playing with it, we're not trying to recreate the fight. So he throws this here, this hand's there, it comes straight forwards. Now it could be a palm, it could be fingers, it could be a strike, it could be anything. And then from here, I've got, if I'm coming to the elbow, I can just literally just drive straight down that centre. And we say centre, it's on my centre, but I'm attacking him at an angle. Yeah. So I'm not saying you should do it, I'm just saying this is how we can layer the different practices and technique. So James does the same thing to me, so you can see it from the other side. His hands are up, and also if you look where his hands are, he's not creating too big a gap. If his hands are if this hand's already over, he's not going to be able to work as effectively, not with the Pak Sao anyway, or with the open hand. He would be looking to use this side of the arm if he was looking to block it. So his hands are here, I throw the jab, that hand's going to shoot straight forwards, and then look at it straight down. That's it, and then that back hand comes straight back up again. Boom, nice. So we do it a little bit faster, so I'm getting my own back. Hope you're feeling quick. Alright, throw the jab, 1, 2, shoot. Yes, nice, and then you can start working the lower body. So that's just a nice way how we can layer from the basic Pak Sao, and then how we can look at what happens if he comes with that rear hand. It might be quite difficult for me I can do both sides, but then, and especially if he starts putting some speed and energy into it, this can just be very much continue here. And then we go. And then just like James says, we can start to attack the lower body. This is just training, this is practice. We're having fun with it. We're not trying to replicate a fight, it's just ways that we can kind of elevate and layer our training. So, that's the Pak Sao and how we can introduce it using against a jab and a cross.